Today we're back at Marks and Spencer's, so I've been on a shopping trip there. I'm going to show you some footage from the shopping trip, and I tried a few things on, and then I've also got a haul to show you from M&S. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Welcome back to the channel. If you haven't been here before, I'm Claire Francis, and on this channel we talk about all things shopping, style and fashion for the midlife woman. If you have been here before, yes, I've had my hair cut. You can see I've had a good chop. Those long lengths were getting a bit scruffy and tatty, so I've had it cut a lot shorter, and I'll let it grow back. It does grow very quickly, but for the time being I've got a slightly different hairstyle, so let me know what you think of it. First of all, let me show you what happened on the shopping trip, what I saw, what I tried on. So first of all, we've got this mid-length bright blue single-breasted coat. It's a sort of wool mix type feeling fabric. That was £70. Not short, not long, so I'm not quite sure about the length of that. Pockets on the front there, as you can see. Felt quite nice. Then we've got this little faux leather studded jacket. Again, it's cropped, which doesn't really do a lot for me, but it was a really lovely little jacket. I've seen this on the Marks and Spencer's advert they're running at the moment. Again, not sure of the price. I'll put that on the screen. I didn't focus that very well there, but that was a nice little jacket. Another cropped style jacket, very on trend. I'm sure a lot of the younger customers at M&S will like this. It's on the advert as well they're doing. It's got the shoulder detailing there and the buttons all down the front. It's this nice sort of brown check fabric. Nice jacket. I did try it on myself. Does absolutely nothing for me. It's just not my style, but it's a very on-trend style, and I'm sure a lot of people will like that jacket. This one I liked a little bit more. I'll show you this tried on later. It's a sort of, again, slightly military style jacket here with the gold buttons. It was really nice longer length there, slightly longer jacket. Thought that was really lovely. Put the price on the screen there for you if you didn't catch that. And then a few other coats and jackets I saw. This was a long denim one, which is quite unusual with the contrast collar. Then we've got one of the usual M&S trench coats there. And this was very unusual. Again, another cropped jacket in the sort of cowhide print style. Very nice. Again, I think maybe popular with younger people, or if you're a petite, I think these crop jackets can look really nice if you're a little bit smaller on top, you're a bit more of a petite frame. This was a really nice faux leather, sort of crocodile style leather jacket, long coat. It's double-breasted, it has a belt. Again, I've seen this on the M&S advert advertised, and I think that will be a popular coat as well. Again, if you can't see the price there, I'll put that on the screen. It's got the shoulder detail, as you can see there as well. Lovely coat, that. Then you can see we've got the try-ons now. So this first one was another more fitted jacket that I found. This is called a zip-through jacket. It's striped. It's actually a pinstripe, navy blue, as you can see. It's got the zip fastening there. It is a fitted style. It does actually cinch in at the waist, which makes quite a nice shape on me. It's £65. This is the wool coat I showed you earlier. So it's a wool polyester acrylic mix. And you can see it's really nice. It's straight though. It doesn't actually fit in at the waist at all, which doesn't suit me personally quite as well. I think it actually looks a little bit better done up. Now, as it says, this has got wool in it, and it does feel quite nice and warm, so it'd be more suitable for the colder autumn days. Nice navy colour, again, the same as the other one. I did like this coat, as I said, but I would have preferred it to just fit a little bit more on the waist. And this is a car coat, so it's got storm wear technology, which means it's water repellent. Car coat is a little bit different to a trench coat. It's usually sort of A-line and it's shorter. Medium, I thought this was, but it's actually a 12. Cotton polyester fabric, and it's £65, but quite nice. Fitted me quite well in the 12. And then to my haul. I've got a variety of things here to show you. So we're starting off with a jumper. So it's this jumper here. I did like the fabric of this jumper. Now I know some of the M&S jumpers, you've told me before, you're not sure about the longevity of them, how long they're going to stay before they go bobbly or whatever. But I quite like the idea of this one. It's actually cotton rich. I'll put the composition on the screen there for you. And it was £40, but I think I got it when there was an offer on jumpers, so I think I paid a little bit less. You can see it's got a nice design on the sleeves there, and then there's this cable knit chunky design. It feels lovely and soft. It feels quite thick, but it's not thick in terms of, I don't think there's any wool in there, so I find wool a little bit scratchy and I have to be a bit careful with wearing it. This feels really soft. It actually feels like something like cashmere or something, which is why I liked it. I think it comes in two colours. It comes in this colour and it comes in a slightly beigey browny colour as well. That was a medium. Oh no, actually the jumper I got in a small because I don't want it to be big and oversized. And being slightly bigger on top, I'm a sort of 14 size on top and a 12 bottom. I thought I'd better try something a little bit smaller, a little bit fitted. I don't find I do that well in sort of big chunky jumpers. It just sort of adds volume on top. So I went for the small and I'll show you the fit of that in a minute. Second item is this pair of jeans. Now these are, I think, 99% cotton and 1% elastane. So just show you the front there. They've got this seam down the middle there on both sides, normal pockets on front and back. And I'll show you they're a long, they're a wide leg style. But I did like that line all the way down the centre. I think that can be nice and elongating. And I said the 1% stretch will give me that little bit of stretch without overstretching. I find if it's got more than 1%, jeans tend to stretch out of shape and I don't like that. So I thought it'll give me a little bit of room around the tummy. Now these are a 12 long, so I'll show you the two items on together in a minute and you can see the fit of those. But I like the fabric, like the fact it's got the 1% elastane. These were, actually I'm not sure of the price, I'll put them on the screen. I think M&S jeans are generally, you know, a reasonable price, and so I like the fabric composition. So let's see what these look like on. So you can see there the fit of the jumper. I'm happier with that small. If you like something that's a bit looser, then obviously you might want to go for the medium or a larger size, but I actually like it a little bit more fitted. And I do like the jeans, the length of them is perfect on me. I like the profile on the side that you can see there, and they do fit nice and snug at the moment, but because they've got that little bit of stretch, I think they will give around the waist. I think I have put on a little bit of weight on the waist over the last sort of 3 or 4 months, so I do need a little bit of a stretch there, but hopefully I think they're starting off as a good shape, and I think with a little stretch they'll sort of mould and fit to me. I think they'll be fairly comfortable. The length would be right to wear with a sort of something with a little bit of a heel or a slightly chunky trainer or whatever. I think if I was just wearing some very floor level ballet flats, they might be a tiny bit long, but I do like that length. And generally speaking, at home, I tend to be in loungewear, jogging bottoms and things like that. I don't tend to wear sort of tight fitted jeans. So this really is more for when I'm going out, in which case I probably will have either boots with a little bit of a heel or a slightly chunkier trainer or something like that. So I'm happy with that length. So that was the 12 long. While I was in Marks & Spencer's, I've been looking for a belt, but they never seem to have the medium sizes. They always seem to have small and large. In fact, there was only larges last time. So I did order a belt. So it's this brown one. I think it's leather. Yes, it is a leather belt with the gold buckle there. So this is in the medium. I'll show you this on in a minute. I think that was quite a good price, £16. So I'll show you a little bit closer up. It's just a smooth leather. It's not patterned in any way, but I thought that would be a really versatile belt. And as you know, I'm doing quite a lot on the chocolate brown this season. So I thought that would be really useful. I'll just show it to you on with the jeans there. I think you can see that looks quite nice. I think the medium is going to be a good size for me. The large did seem a lot too large. I'm not sure exactly what sizing medium is supposed to be. I would imagine it's something like a 12, 14, something like that. I think even up to a 16 maybe, and then the larger obviously above that. But thought that was a nice belt, and for a leather belt, £16, I thought that was a good price. Then the next item I tried is a slip skirt. Now I don't have a slip skirt, you know, a satin slip skirt. So I actually got this one. It's just in the black, although I was thinking maybe I might try one of the other colours. I'm not sure how much use I'll get out of the black. It's 100% polyester, but Marks & Spencer's do tend to do recycled polyester, which I'm assuming this has got some in. It doesn't actually say, but I think, does it say on the label? Let's have a look. yes, it does say on the label it's recycled polyester. So this is £30. And you can see it is actually quite long. If I hold it on me, well, you probably can't see there, it does go right down to almost my ankle. So it's a really good mid-axi length, even maxi on me, and I'm 5'7". So I'll just show you that on. I've kept it on there with the jumper, just so you can see. Now, I'm always worried with slip skirts that they're going to be very clingy over the stomach area, and I do have a little bit of a tummy there, but they weren't too bad actually. I think it looked reasonable, as long as you make sure whatever you're wearing underneath and tucking in is nice and smooth and flat. Might wear a bit of shapewear under this if I was going out actually, but I thought that was nice, and it's a nice way to wear it, dressing it down with a jumper. You could elevate it obviously, but I think that juxtaposition of the casual and the elevated item is a little bit more modern. So I thought for £30 that was quite a good item. As I liked the cut of it, and I liked the sort of way it hung over the stomach. It didn't cling too much, so I was happy with that. But as I said, I'm not sure about the black. I might decide to try it in another colour maybe. I think they do 2 other colours. I'll have a look for you and put that on the screen. Then the next item I ordered was a coat. Now, I have got quite a few coats, so I'm not necessarily going to keep this. I'll see how I think it will fit into, you know, the other coats that I have, but I thought it looked really nice. Now, it's this check material. I did show you a coat in this type of material a little bit earlier on that Marks and Spencer's did, which I really liked. I tried it on, but they only had a size 10, and it was a tiny bit short in the sleeve, so I didn't get that. But I did really like it. So they brought out a longer line coat in a sort of similar fabric. So I'll show you up close. It's this sort of check. It's a brown and a sort of dark brown or black and cream. Then it has this sort of faux leather collar, which I think is a dark brown. It looks black in some lights and brown in others. And the buttons, I think they're silver. In some lights they have a little tone of gold, but I think basically they're silver, and they go all the way down. It's a straight coat. It goes to about knee length, so it's a bit like a car coat sort of length, and then it's got the 2 pockets here. So let me show you this on. So this is the coat on. I'll just go back a little bit. I don't know if you can see the length of it there. I will show you in the cutaways as well the length of it. Fits really nicely. This is the medium, and I can do this up. I've got a reasonably thick jumper on, maybe tiny bit tight over the bust with a thick jumper. The collar sort of stands fairly flat there. I would prefer it if it actually was like that, but I think you probably could just put a little stitch there or iron it like that and keep it open. That would suit me a little bit better. But it actually fits really nicely. It's a medium, as I said, and it feels really comfortable. The pockets there are lovely. You know, nice and comfortable, good height for where your hands go, feels very comfortable. The only thing for me, as I said, having the larger bust there, is I feel it sort of gapes a little bit around that there when it's just left like that. I'd prefer it to hang a little bit straighter, and I'd like it if it was like that. But other than that, it's a really smart little coat actually. It's very light. It is lined, but it is light. It's not a heavy coat at all. You'd probably, in the winter, you'd need to wear something quite thick underneath it. But certainly for this time of year, going into the early autumn, it's ideal. Now the buttons, as I said, are silvery, but they feel nice quality. They look really nice actually. I would prefer them to be gold, but they do look nice. And basically the whole coat just feels very nice to wear. It actually feels smart, but it feels really comfortable and casual. So for me, the only issues possibly are the fact I would have liked a bit of a V-neck, but I could actually easily do that. So what do you think then? I have got a sort of similar coat. I'll show you this one that I bought last year, but that's a lot heavier. It's more like a proper waxed barber style coat. This is obviously a much lighter coat. I don't know if there's any waterproofing to it. I'll have a look online again and see. I don't think it's actually sold as waterproof. It might be, I would imagine it's just a light shower resistant, but probably not waterproof. But really nice little coat. Sleeve length, this is the medium, I think. I'll have a look when I take it off in a minute. And the sleeve length is good on me as well. My arms are reasonably long. And I said the length is just about to my knee, and I'm 5'7", as I said. So if you're shorter than that, it will obviously be a little bit longer. If you're 5'2" or whatever, you might find it a bit long if you're wanting something that's a bit more mid-length, like these sort of car coat type things are. But really nice and unusual because of the check fabric. So they've done another good job here, M&S. I just hope it doesn't sell out too quickly before people who want it actually manage to get it like the other one did. And then next, something completely different. I've actually got a pair of pajamas. So I showed you some satin ones that Marks and Spencer's do a couple of weeks ago. I decided to try, I think they're sort of cotton modal. So I liked it because they did it in this sort of burgundy colour, and I thought that would be a change from the navy that they always seem to do. So you can see it's got the white piping there. It's got a little pocket with the white piping. It has the little autograph silver placket there at the bottom, and the buttons are just normal colour, same colour as the actual fabric. It does come, I think, in 3 different colours, and I got the medium to try on, so I'll show you those in a minute. I desperately need some pajamas, and I've sort of been not being able to find any that I like, and I thought I should try these because I know they have these all the time, and I like the colour. I thought, while the colour's out, the nice burgundy, I will try those. So let's have a look at what they look like on. So I'm not sure what I think of those. I do like them, but obviously they're not designed to be fitted or flattering particularly. They're just designed to be loose and comfortable. And I got the short sleeve because I do get a bit hot in bed. I think at the moment I won't need a longer sleeve. I think the satin ones are longer sleeved. So these ones are £30, and then the satin ones that Autograph do, I think they're £45. Might consider trying those, you know, later in the season. But nice colour anyway. I do like that colour, and I think they come in 2 other colours. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you thought of the items, if you think I should keep any of those. And let me know how you're getting on with M&S. Are you finding it difficult to order still? Are you finding that your shop tends to be sold out of certain sizes? Be really interesting to know the picture across the country. And also, I know in Europe and America, I know people are not able to buy online in some countries still. But if you have stores over there, you may be going, it might be a different story in stores. So do let me know. I hope you all have a good week. Once again, thanks for watching. If you have liked the video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, please do that. And I look forward to seeing you next week for some more autumn fashion. Goodbye for now.